Sexual reproduction. In the sexual reproduction, in this lesson, you will learn some of the vocabularies. Okay? For example, firstly, sexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction? Okay, sperm cells, eggs, zygote, fertilization, parthenogenesis, regeneration, fragmentation, and advantages of sexual and asexual reproduction will be discussed. Let's start. What is sexual reproduction? Most multicellular organisms can reproduce sexually. In sexual reproduction, two parents each contribute a sex cell, or you may call it germ cells as well, okay, to the new organism, okay? Now, two parents each contribute a cell, sex cells, germ cells, okay, gametes, we also call them gametes, to the new organism. Then new organisms are produced. Half of the gene is the offspring come from each parent. You see, each parent over here gives half of the genes, half of the chromosomes. As I explained to you, at the end of the meiosis, the one organism produces haploid cells, not diploid cells. Haploid cells has half number of the chromosomes. You understand me? Half number of the chromosome comes from this fish, half number of the chromosome comes from this fish, and these two, egg and sperm, actually fuse each other, fertilize each other. After the fertilization, they produce a new baby. They produce a new offspring. Okay, for example here, female flower and male flower. From female flower, pollen grains are carried by, bees, by bee, from one flower to another. Actually, from female or from male organs, from the flower to the female organs on the another flower, the pollen grains are carried. Then this flower is converted into a fruit. Then those seeds become embryo. Those seeds become actually baby. Okay. Then new plants are produced from those seeds, which is produced in this flower, for example. Okay. Most of the organisms has genders, female and male. Female and mother and father. Okay. Now let's move in. They are called definitely parents. Okay. Now, males produce sex cells called sperm cells. Okay. Females produce sex cells, germ cells, gametes. We can say called eggs. Okay. Sex cells are produced by meiosis, as I explained in the previous lesson. Over here, you are able to see from actually sperm cells are present in the pollen grains. Do you see here? This is actually in the flowers. This is the male reproductive organ. How about in another female flower? This is the female reproductive organ. From male reproductive organ to the female reproductive organ, pollen grains can be carried by insects, birds, as well as wind. Okay? When it goes there, then it is fertilized, then new seeds are produced, and seeds becomes definitely new individual, new plants. How about in fish, how it happens? You see, they both, male and female fish, releases their eggs and sperms into the water, and though in the water, sperm and eggs comes together and becomes zygote, becomes offspring, becomes new individual. Okay? I think you got it. Now, here, look. Sex cells have half of the set of genetic material. Half number of the chromosomes are present, found in their body. Okay? Sex cells actually are haploid cells. has half number of the chromosome, half set of the chromosomes. Okay? A sperm and egg join together in a process called fertilization. Look at here. This is 46 chromosome it has. It means that it is human cell. Human cell, you see here, has 46 chromosome. After that, in meiosis 1, the number of the chromosomes become half. After that, in meiosis 2, you see new cells are produced and number of the chromosome is not changed here. Then at the end of the process, meiosis 1 and 2, 4 cells are produced. Those 4 cells are haploid cells. They have half number of the chromosomes. And those cells are converted, modified into sperm cells. Okay? How about in females? You see female cells undergo meiosis and they produce egg. Okay? This egg, actually it also produces 4 cells, but 3 cells are actually thrown away. They die actually, unfortunately, or fortunately actually. Okay, fortunately, why? Because one organism has to be produced, then one egg will be produced, then one egg will be used actually, and internal structure of all those 3 cells are given into one cell, one egg. Understand? That's why it is enough to be a new individual. Now, what happens? Sperm and egg comes together and produce one new organism. 23 chromosomes comes from sperm, 23 chromosomes comes from egg, and when they join together, when they fuse each other, they become, do you see here, zygote. Zygote has, you see, 46 chromosomes as like parent cells. Okay, the number of the chromosome is not changed from one generation to the next generation. Okay, it is not increased or decreased. It is the same because the number of the chromosome becomes half in meiosis. Okay, as you see here, in the meiosis, as I explained before, number of the chromosomes are 1, 2, 3, 4. After meiosis 1, number of the chromosomes become 1, 2. After meiosis 2, number of the chromosomes again 2. Thank you. Now, we should look here. What is sexual reproduction? When an egg is fertilized by a sperm, when they come together, sperm and egg, a new cell called a zygote is formed. Okay? When sperm and egg comes together, the zygote is formed. As you see here, the zygote is formed. Okay? It has a full set of genetic material, 46 chromosomes, not half set of chromosomes. It has a full set of the chromosomes because as like their parents, mother and father, it has also 46 chromosomes. The zygote develops into a new organism. After that, the zygote, this one, for example, it is just one cell, right? Right after the fertilization, the zygote undergo mitosis, not meiosis, okay? It undergoes mitosis. That's why, because, number of the chromosome should not be changed, okay? Each and every cell of that organism should have the same amount of, chromosomes. That's why the cell, zygote, undergo mitosis and produce trillions of the cells. Those cells actually modified into a new organism in the tissues to form new organisms like this. How about in plants? In plants, guys, first of all, after the fertilization, after the when the pollen grain fertilize the egg inside of the flower, female flower, what happens? This region in the flower is flower is converted into a fruit. Okay, in the fruit we are able to see that there are seeds. Actually, those seeds are embryo. Those seeds are new individuals. Okay, when you actually plant it underground in the soil, what happens? They germinate and become new plant, new tree. Okay, you see, in the plants also there is sexual reproduction from the with the help of the pollens and eggs inside of the flower. They undergo the sexual reproduction and they produce new individual new plants. Now, new plants.